Go button.
The go?
There's this button that says go on it.
Oh, yeah.
Thing, you know.
I kind of forgot what I'm doing here,
Well,
Don.
that's not surprising.
It's Wednesday after all.
Where are we? Why are we not on the screen yet?
We're coming from the shadows, Don.
What the heck? Oh, sorry.
It's
supposed to be quiet. Sleepless Nights of Terror. We're supposed to.
Yeah, there goes my dramatic intro.
Hush, be quiet.
Welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday night, hump day. What day, Don?
Hump day.
And it is time for the Paranormal Portal. And, I've forgotten what all my buttons do in the last few days, so I'm just relearning the board here. With the sound.
Broken, yeah.
I'm all kinds of broken.
We're always broken.
Yep. Who isn't, though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sporting the Paranormal Portal gear today. Don's got the bucket hat on. You'll see him right now because I'd like to welcome my good friend and co-host, the big toe himself of the Paranormal Portal, Mr. Don Longbeard.
Boy, I'm never going to get rid of that moniker, am I?
No, not since you wrap your toe about every other week. It's like a throbbing pickle in your shoe, I swear to God, by now. I said in your shoe.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not what she said.
Yeah, she didn't describe it as a pickle.
More like an English cucumber.
I don't know what that looks like. I don't even know what the hell that looks like, but I'm sure it's not very flattering. Oh, wow. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yep.
It was just me. Unknown. Unknown says, oh, man, I just went a little angry on my TV. I didn't know why it was a black screen, and I could hear Brent. It was my dramatic intro.
Yep.
Did you guys like it? No, it really wasn't. I was just falling behind figuring out how to turn our sound back on because we were sitting here going, derp. Well, I was. Don wasn't. He was going, what the hell are you doing? So anyway, it's Wednesday. We got a lot of Wednesday, hump day, and we got a lot of ground to cover tonight because we will be getting into all the fun that is the Paranormal Portal. And that includes the news, which is right around the bend here. And then we're going to get into more stuff, just tons of it. We'll wrap it all up with the Cryptid Corner. Again, we don't have phones, so don't call the number that you'll see on your screens because it won't do you any good. Not today, anyway. Not. I don't know when it will.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm sure I'm going to have to register a new number for the show because, I don't know what's going on with the other subscription, but we'll get it all sorted as soon as we can. Hey, Jaron Daniels. Hey, SoCal Squatcher. Elaine's here. Isaac's here. How you doing, Isaac? Rachel's here, and Maggie, and
Elaine, and Barbara, and Aussie Tiger, and Maggie.
Yeah, they get the early shout-outs because they're the first ones through the gate. That's how it works here. But
make sure you got your e-ticket.
What's that?
Your e-ticket.
What's the e-ticket for?
You've never been to Disneyland?
Long. When Sheldon was 5, I was at Disney World. So, is that how you get around?
Well, an e-ticket is like, the super special get on any ride ticket.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, well, you've all got the e-ticket because that's all we give out here on the portal. It's just the e-ticket.
Well, I guess that's better than a pee-pee ticket.
Yeah. We'll get into that a little bit later because it actually correlates with the story I got for the news. So you can tell I scrounged for all the highbrow stuff for you guys. Mm-hmm. And knowing that Don would be here, it's just we roll a little low on these Wednesdays.
Roll a little low on Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Wow.
The other days are much more highbrow.
So what you're saying is I bring you down.
No, you
Don't bring me down.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you started. Your karaoke is killing me. All right.
It's killer-okie.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to get into the news. Are you all ready to get newsed up? Don, are you ready?
News? Yeah.
You ready for
the
news?
No GNews is good GNews.
Gary Gnu?
Gary Gnu, yes.
That brings back memories.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice.
A lot of memories.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a lot of recall from those years. I was raised by TV. Not really. Not really. I don't know if Portal Mom's out there. I think she is. So, hi, Mom. Love you.
Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles and Saturday morning cartoons.
You remember, and it comes up about every Halloween, like Frankenberry. And, And what was the other ones? Boo Berry. Yep.
And
what was the Dracula one?
Count Chocula.
Count Chocula.
Yeah,
that's what
that was it.
I used to love those cereals.
I did too. Yeah. Count Chocula. My brother liked like the blueberry.
Did he? Yeah, I mean, it was all sugary crap, but I just liked that it had ghosts on it, or Dracula or Frankenstein. That was, to me, that was everything. So, well, I guess it's time for the news, folks.
No news.
Let's get to the show.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
It's coming, Don. It's coming. Here you go. Oh, God, you're going to do that part now, too? Oh, you're just holding out on me now. All right. Don's letting y'all down. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Chicken, brown cow.
Oh, Jesus, you went for the solo.
Wish it was solo. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't imagine what that sounded like in your head. I heard how it sounded out here.
I know exactly what it sounded like out in my head.
Yeah. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is the news. Is this the Art
Joe
Bell Show?
Snore, if this was the Art Bell Show, it'd be a lot more classier.
Yeah, we'd have our a lot more stuff together. Believe me, we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants here, right off the cuff, ladies and
You're
gentlemen.
wearing pants?
Currently, but I was going to go commando. Does that help?
Well, yeah, I guess I'm out of tune with my Speedo over here.
Joe, I just want you to know you should probably start out with your expectations real low. And you'll do just fine here.
Yeah.
This is actually absolutely
If this was
unrehearsed and unscripted.
I forgot what that was.
What? Oh, you were thinking of something?
Yeah.
You bombed your own joke?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's okay. All right, well, let's get to the news and find out just what I've pulled up for your informative information. I don't even know what the hell that means, but anyway, let's get to it. The first story tonight, and this is what Don kind of brought up a little bit about smelling like pee.
What? I didn't say...
It's a really long article.
It's okay, Brent. I didn't say you smelled like pee.
Oh,
I
that's
just
good.
said-
Yeah. So far, I still got control of that. I'm losing control of everything else,
Everything else
including
is
this
fair
show,
game.
but I still got bladder control, thank God. I could steal a Spirit Cheerio at 20 paces.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying.
Jeez.
It's just skill.
That's some muscle.
It is. It's a gift, I think. Anyway. First news story tonight, and we're not going to read the whole thing, but I just thought this heading was funny. And this is from unexplained-mysteries.com. It's an amazing site, ladies and gentlemen. Please support this site, unexplained-mysteries.com.
Oh, boy.
And check them out because your traffic equals revenue for these sites, all these sites that we cover on the show. So please support them, stop in, visit, and I'm sure you'll be impressed with the whole sites. But the first story tonight is... your unique smell can provide clues about how healthy you are.
Well, if you smell like pee, you ain't too healthy.
If you smell like poopy, then you probably should get to the shower, or you just launched a stinker in your drawers. And yeah, I don't know. Did
you say poopy?
I did. Poopy butt. That just brings me back. Anyway, I not to my own, not my own history.
Whatever, it's okay.
I don't need. I'm not going to try to qualify.
Hey,
that
you
anymore.
want a bigger shovel?
No, I'm good. I think I'm well submerged by this point. For millennia, doctors have been able to identify certain medical conditions purely on a person's scent. Yeah. And boy, could you do that any louder? That's pretty impressive.
Actually.
Wow. Hundreds of chemicals stream from our bodies into the air every second. These chemicals released into the air easily as they have high vapor measures.
Oh, look, that one's methane.
Yeah. I've been known to exude some demon breath myself. Meaning they boil and turn into gases at room temperature. Oh, that's what's cooking. Okay.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. They give clues about who we are and how healthy we are. Since ancient Greek times, we've known that we smell differently when we are unwell.
Really?
While we rely on blood analysis today, ancient Greek physicians used to smell to diagnose maladies. Yeah, it wasn't bend over and cough.
Oh no!
God, don't do it. You might kill me. If they took a whiff of your breath and described it as fetor hepatitis, meaning bad liver, it meant you could be headed to liver failure. If a person's whiff was sweet or fruity, physicians thought that meant that sugars in the digestive system were not being broken down.
Those are ketamines.
Oh, okay.
No, those are ketones.
Ketones. Oh, ketamine. Jeez, Don. It better not be.
Wow.
Your breath smells like ketamine. You better go to bed.
Can't close my eyes.
Just lay there and count sheep. Where the hell was I? Okay, so what the hell? Okay, yeah. And that person probably had diabetes. Science has now shown that ancient Greeks were right. Liver failure and diabetes and many other diseases, including infectious diseases, give your breath a distinctive smell.
What does it mean if it smells like
poo? You need to brush your teeth? Like drag a toothbrush through there once in a while?
That's the wrong end.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I said teeth. If you got teeth in the other end, man, I don't want to know about it.
You said drag one through there. All right.
Yeah, teeth.
Can I borrow your toothbrush?
God, you sick bastard. I don't get paid enough for this. I'm pretty sure I need a raise. Even the ghost box went off. It's like, what the hell is going on in here? Huge spike on the ghost box. Anyway, Jesus, I don't know if I want to continue reading. Since Pauling's discovery, other scientists have discovered hundreds more VOCs. Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed a 1971 Nobel laureate chemist Linus Pauling counted 250 different gaseous chemicals in breath.
Wow. These
gaseous chemicals are called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. Mm-hmm. Since his discovery, other scientists have discovered hundreds more VOCs in our breath. And we've learned that many of these VOCs have distinctive odors, but some have no odor that our noses can perceive. Well, that's about all I'm going to read because we've milked the hell out of this in just a few paragraphs. So I'm gonna copy this link and put it in the chat if any of you want to learn more. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted. Oops. Let me just do this first so I get the right URL and copy it. Copy, yeah. There we go. Still need my readers done. I'm going to have to get readers, I'm afraid. Either that or a bigger screen that I can blow up a lot bigger. Where the hell am I? Here we go. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Oh, boy. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. What was it, Joel?
Joe?
Joe?
Joe Snore?
Yeah, Joe. It's not going to get much better than this, brother. So just so you know what you're in for. All right. That was the first article on our news festival of fun, and it's hopefully going to get a lot better. I thought that was funny, though. I had to at least read some of that one. Right, Don? I mean, good story?
Sure, yeah.
It is a good article. There you go. Now, here's an interesting one, and
I hope so.
Well, it's another oddity, though.
What?
It's from Nature. Yep.
Oh,
don't give it away.
No.
This is showing that. And I think this kind of makes sense, and I'll get into that, but maybe the article will too.
Doesn't make any damn sense.
Well, it doesn't really. It says, from unexplained-mysteries.com, ladies and gentlemen, Aquarium Mystery, as stingray may have been impregnated by a shark.
Yeah, that's all we need.
This is a new movie, Sting Sharks or Ray Sharks or whatever the hell, instead of Sharknado. I don't know what the hell that means. It says the enigma began when a lone stingray inexplicably became pregnant, despite no other stingrays being present. Something fishy is afoot in the aquarium and shark lab at Hendersonville, North Carolina. A female stingray has seemingly become pregnant despite having no contact with a male of the species. The mystery became apparent after Team Echo, ECCO, which runs the aquarium, conducted ultrasound scans and discovered that the stingray, named Charlotte,
The secret lies with Charlotte,
was expecting. She's expecting, ladies and gentlemen. There have been cases where some types of stingray can store sperm for later use, but in this particular incident, there were never any males of the species in the tank with her. So who or what could be responsible? Well, as it happens,
sneaky shark.
There is a male animal in the tank, a shark. Yeah. It's funny because I thought that sharks ate stingrays. So could we soon see the world's first shark-stingray hybrid? A shark ray? A sting shark? Oh, they took my name. A shark ray. I don't know. I'm going to stop this misinfo in its tracks, said Dr. Noah Bressman, assistant professor of physiology at Salisbury University.
Yep.
Sharks and rays are as distantly related as humans and snakes. Yep. So a snake knocking up a human just is not as just as likely as a shark knocking up a ray. Okay, well, is this Jesus Ray then? What is he saying? I don't know what's going on here.
Shark.
It's Immaculate Conception. I mean, what other options do you got?
Not many.
Was it coral? Gonna have coral rays or something? If that's true, though, how did the stingray end up pregnant? One possibility is parthenogenesis, or virgin birth. Immaculate. A very rare phenomena in which a ray can produce an embryo without fertilization.
So we should change her name from Charlotte to?
I don't know.
Mary.
Pat.
No, Mary.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Maybe it's a hermaphrodite ray. It makes more sense than a shark being responsible, but it would still be very unusual.
Apparently that shark wasn't very responsible.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll likely have to wait until the stingray gives birth before we'll get the definitive answer to the mystery.
When was that written so we can follow up?
I don't know. I want to know. It's apparently brand new, though. It's February 14th.
Okay. So,
as of today.
All right. Stingray named Charlotte. Let's see what we can do.
We'll call it Cartman. Whatever's born is called Cartman. Sorry. South Park. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but anyway, there you have it. That's an interesting story. Weird, I guess, but that's the news. That's what you get here on the news. Aren't you guys glad you tuned in?
Hey, you know what I remember?
Huh.
You know what I remembered about stingrays?
What?
They pee through their skin.
Jesus, Don.
I know.
I wouldn't even. I mean, I'm impressed that that's the case, but
I got no answer for why I know that.
That is strange. That's a strange bit of knowledge.
Do you know, actually, there's a place called the Blue Zoo in the Spokane Valley, or the Spokane, in Northtown Mall, in Spokane.
Okay.
And it's called Blue Zoo, and their main attraction is stingrays. You can go in there and pet them.
Oh, yeah, we did that in Minnesota. It's Mall of America actually has underwater world down in the basement. It's like millions of gallons of water and these amazing tanks. It's really well done for being in Minnesota.
Who threw that kid in there? I don't know, but don't let him up.
Jeez, Don. Don's opinions do not represent the Paranormal Portal or its other host. Just to put that out there. That's the disclaimer. I'm going to have to make a soundbite of that so I can just hit a button. Don's opinions do not reflect those of the Paranormal Portal or its other host. I'll work on that, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly I need it. This one's another one from unexplained-mysteries.com. And this one's kind of cool. This is archaeology and history. It's probably going to be not too long.
Sorry. Maggie says, went to the beach sign says, shuffle your feet, scare away the stingrays. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah. Jeez. Wow.
I'm going to hell.
Yep. There you go, Don.
I'm gassing up the bus.
You better get your AC/DC shirt on.
No doubt. I'm on to hell.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this gigantic 1 kilometer long megastructure just discovered beneath the Baltic Sea.
You know, there's a lot of stuff beneath the Baltic Sea.
I suppose.
I mean, like weird stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
I believe it.
Look it up. Yeah.
It's pretty bizarre place. All right, the huge structure could potentially be the oldest Stone Age megastructure built by humans in Europe. How big is it? 1 kilometer long? Yeah, that's huge.
Oh.
Wow. Situated 21 meters beneath the surface of the Baltic, this previously undiscovered megastructure measures around 1 kilometer in length and is constructed from 1,673 individual stones.
Wow.
Known as the Blinker Wall, it was thought to have been built 10,000 years ago, at a time before its location in the Bay of Mecklenburg had been swallowed up by rising sea levels. The region known as Doggerland was flooded around 8,200 years ago. According to archaeologists, the wall is likely built by hunter-gatherers.
That actually says 82,000 years ago.
No, it does. You're right. They put the comma in the wrong place.
Either that or they put an extra zero in there.
Yeah, it's either 8,000. Yeah, I'm sure it's.
Yeah,
8,200.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're right. That's a good catch because I just saw where the comma was and just read it. According to archaeologists, the wall was likely built by hunter-gatherers as a way to redirect reindeer herds into a dead end so they could be easily picked off.
Absolutely.
Smart. When you chase the animals, they follow these structures. They don't attempt to jump over them, said Jacob Grierson. They're not Santas then.
No.
His go over everything. Of the, what is that? Leibniz Institute in the Baltic Sea Research. For Baltic Sea Research, rather. The idea would be to create an artificial bottleneck with a second wall with the lake shore. Or with the lake shore, okay. So a second wall has yet to be found, although it may still remain buried beneath the sediment. Either way, researchers remain certain that Blinker Wall is not a natural formation. This puts the Blinker Wall into range of the oldest known examples of hunting architecture in the world and potentially makes it the oldest man-made megastructure in Europe, they wrote. Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, though. I mean, if it was used for herding animals to
harvest.
To harvest, there you go. That's a good way to say it. Yeah. Anyhow, that's actually pretty smart but I would wonder how. Did it say how tall it was?
No.
Because deer can jump 6-foot fences without even thinking.
Well, over here, I don't know that reindeer are as agile as that.
Oh, I bet you they are.
Oh, maybe they are. I don't know. But they say they don't. They just follow structures. They don't jump over them. So I know they're not talking about white-tailed deer because they'll leap over the highway. They're just airborne. Yeah, very cool story, though. I thought that one was cool. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I was kind of going Nordic a little bit there.
Oh, gotcha.
Cool.
Unfortunately, the Baltic Sea is more Slavic.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Minnesotan, so
that explains everything.
Oh, you betcha! Don't you know?
Because we know that Minnesotans actually are Norwegian or Finnish or that kind of.
They generally are. I knew some. Norwegians, is a big one. I knew some that really. I mean, they talked really deeply like that. And it was like, oh, yeah, you betcha. Oh, you don't, And they'd go into like hardware stores and say, a hardware store. So I suppose you ain't got any nails then, huh? It's like, do you realize where you're shopping, sir?
Hello. Hi, right next to the Hammers? It's Hammer time, right?
Right next to the bucket where you get your IQ. No, I'm just kidding. I love those kind of people, honestly. But it was just humorous. They just have a different way of communicating. So, all right, that was that story, and we got more. But wait, there's more. In fact, there's one more.
Oh, my gosh.
What now?
It's painful.
What is?
There's one more.
There's what? Oh, you don't like the news?
No, I love the news.
Okay.
Oh, finally. Okay, here we go.
Here we go from the UFO phenomenon, ladies and gentlemen. Dear, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Oh, you betcha. Here comes. All right. UFO phenomena. This is from unexplained-mysteries.com. All right. The Pentagon allegedly has a video of a UFO disabling a nuclear missile. I think this is old, though. Like, not this article, but the fact that they have this video, I think it was from maybe the 70s or 80s when they were doing missile testing. You remember hearing about that?
Well,
about that saucer disabling the...
Yeah, I remember the disabling. Yeah, it was Canada and U.S. and USSR at the time. Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
They just all went offline. We're like, what the hell?
Right. Well, I mean, it zapped the missile like a few times as it overtook it, and apparently there's a reenactment or like somebody put together one that approximates what that video shows. And if that's accurate, it's really pretty awesome.
Nice.
All right, so an unreleased video reportedly exists that shows an unknown object interfering with a nuclear missile. According to reports, the tape, which was filmed in California on September 15th, 1964, was viewed by U.S. Air Force officers Lieutenant Bob Jacobs and Major Florence Mansman, who were part of a team that had been tasked with recording missile test launches using special equipment. The video itself, which has not been released to the public, allegedly shows a saucer-shaped craft circling what is believed to be an unarmed dummy missile after it had detached from its booster. It can then be seen firing some sort of laser beam at the missile, apparently disabling it. In a letter, Masman later described the object as a classic disc. The center seemed to be a raised bubble. The entire lower saucer shape was glowing and seemed to be rotating slowly. At the point of the beam's release, the object turned like an object required to be in a position to fire from a platform. But again, this could be my own assumption from being in aerial combat, he added. After Jacobs and Mansman had viewed this tape, 2 plainclothes CIA agents reportedly attended the scene, confiscated the footage, and swore both of the men to absolute secrecy. The footage would remain lost to history until relatively recently, when details of its existence were unearthed by author Robert Hastings, who had been investigating the phenomena. As part of this, Hastings revealed that Luis Elizondo, former director of the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program,
Friend of Tom Ding Dong.
yeah, had also claimed to have seen the video. The former ATIP director confirmed the existence of the video, the details regarding what it showed, and the location of a copy of it excuse me, in ATIP's workspaces, Hastings wrote. Without access to the video itself, however, it's impossible to corroborate any of these claims. So, very interesting. But yeah, I figured this must be the really old footage that was out there. And you can find simulations of it on YouTube, of an alien apparently zapping this missile. And it's not just once, but it's like 2 or 3 times. And then the missile basically broke up and just fell. So it really did disable it. I
think I saw that movie. It's called Plan 9.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, gosh. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
It's an old cult classic movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was never in a cult, Don.
Oh, boy.
That was kind of clever. Eh?
Oh,
Nothing. Tough,
we're kind of
crowd.
cultish here, you know that, right?
we kind of got our own cult,
Wow.
And you're all welcome. You're all invited. How's that work? Yeah, the bottoms are a little rounded.
Yeah.
I think I dropped it.
Yep, mine is too.
Yep. Yeah. Jesus. Don tips over.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
You're not built like a weeble.
No, I'm built like a Donbo. Didn't make it.
It was close. You
Shoots
almost,
and he misses.
Yeah, you were getting close.
I was working it.
It was probably intercepted.
Yeah, I probably smashed back in my face.
Well, that's all right.
All right, anyhow.
It's all in the efforts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude our journey into the news. Hope you guys learned something, had a good time, and had a few laughs with us. So I guess we're going to get back to the rest of the show, so buckle up. We're going in.
Dun, dun, dun.
There was one more story I was going to read, but I'll save it for next time.
Oh, okay.
Buck chicken, buck cow.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring it on.
Cult the portal, says Wizard. All right, what did Unknown say? There was an alien in the window, Maggie. He wasn't waving, though. He was flipping the bird.
Oh.
Because the bird's the word. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I can do karaoke too, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring up the cameras.
As in, I just karaoke'd.
I just karaoke'd myself. I just karaoke'd all over myself.
You smell like you need to wipe your butt.
We are dark, Jeanette. You guys went dark. Yeah.
Somebody noticed.
We're in black. We're dark for sure.
We are the men in black.
Absolutely.
Oh, goodness.
Nobody'd be real intimidated by us showing up, though, Don.
No, not really. Hey, why is that guy wearing a peanut shell and a rubber band?
Oof. Hey. I didn't need that visual. God dang it. Oh, God. I just can't unsee that stuff when you do that. It's in my head.
It's not my fault. You're a visual thinker.
I am completely. And I'm just. God. Where do you attach that rubber? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. God. Ugh. Oof. Yeah. All right. Let's figure out something else to do here real quick so I can change my thinking. I need to change my thinking now, Don. I need to go to a happy place real quick with no peanuts and rubber bands.
Where's the, no, that's not it. Nope, that was closed. Nope, not that one. There it is.
The power of imagination.
G. Wayne.
Party on, excellent, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
All right. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what else we can attack with our powerful reasoning and examinations, investigative skills.
Attack? You mean brutally murder?
Right, that too. All right, I think we're going to visit a thought catalog article that I got up here, and hopefully it's a good one.
Rachel says the portal takes place in the DC universe, hopefully right next to Sandman and Death. That would be good.
Jesus. It's either sleeping or dead, or what are we doing here?
Well, you know, they're almost one and the same. Almost the same damn thing.
I like the Marvel version of Sandman better.
Yeah.
He was actually made of sand. So.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, which is way cooler than making people fall asleep. Anyway, just my side.
I would love to sleep.
All right, we're going to go to a thought catalog article that we've tapped, and I honestly, full disclosure, I think we've.
You think he's tapped it out?
I'm telling you, Don, one of these days I'm muting you. I'm just going to turn it off.
It's Weirdo Wednesday. What do you want?
Oh, yeah, I call them Wicked Wednesdays, but I might have to shift the titling on these. Oh, God. There's just hardly any way to salvage this show at this point. But I'm going to try, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe the show must go on. However.
Don is in a corner.
He's like, what? It
says put Don in a corner. Don is in a corner.
Don's mind was born in the gutter, and that's where it stayed.
Wow.
Yeah, I hear you, Aussie. But what's not to love, right? Yep. It's not like we demand perfection here on the portal, to be honest with you. We are just a series of pretty well-timed gaffes. I mean, really. There's no real science to this. It's just two idiots with microphones, and you guys show up to listen. So, which makes us incredibly blessed, because
right.
This is really just a slow-moving train wreck. But we love doing it anyway. I'm glad you guys show up and take part in it. Yeah. So let's get to this article. It's a thought catalog article, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I really hope that you guys stop by thoughtcatalog.com. Check out, I mean, they just have so many avenues of interest that you can look up articles on, and they're really well done. But this is one that has to do with people tell haunting stories about inhuman creatures they saw with their own eyes. And now full disclosure, I think we've covered a lot of these in distant shows, but a lot of this information gets repeated all over the place, and there's not much I can do about it, because I can't screen every article. So if you've heard something that I read before, I apologize. It's just the way that it rolls. So this one we're on number 2, as I read the first one on another show, and I was like, God, I know we've read this. And so we'll just visit them anyway, because they are good stories. So, what?
Yeah, unknown. Actually, it's a pretty good name for a podcast. 2 idiots with a microphone. So, 2 idiots and a microphone. That's where it's at.
Yeah, as we're sued into oblivion by Beck. Yeah. All right, number 2, which is the one we're on, and this is again people seeing inhuman creatures. She watched as a bird transformed into a woman.
Lorna?
Well, I guess so. I was a baby when this incident happened, but I believe my sister, who was around 5 years old at the time. My cousins, aunts, and uncles were at a birthday party one Saturday at my grandmother's house in Houston. All the adults were inside the house around dusk, but the older cousins, ages ranging from 4 to 8, and my sister were outside playing. My sister isn't sure who noticed the bird in the tree at first, but soon all the cousins noticed it as well. A bird was perched on one of the lower branches, just staring at them. Before their horrified eyes, the bird began transforming until it was a woman. A woman sitting on a branch, leering at them as they began shouting and screaming for their parents. The woman became a bird again. By this time, the parents had come out to investigate the commotion, but the bird wouldn't budge. Not until my grandmother, a formidable and salt-of-the-earth type woman, went outside did the bird fly off.
So it wasn't a budgie.
A what?
A budgie.
What's a budgie?
A budgie's a bird.
Okay.
It didn't budge. It's
Oh,
not a
I
budgie.
got all right.
God.
Jesus. Went right over my head, folks.
Oh, goodness.
All right. The house is creepy. It's still in the family. And I've had some other strange experiences, as did my mother. It was in the family since my parents were young teens. My cousin owns it now, and it's still creepy and old. And he doesn't really like living in the little yellow house either. In the beautiful roses my grandmother planted, strange things have been found. Animal bones, guts, melted candles, and other witchcraft type of things. A lady in white has been seen moving from room to room in the past by house guests.
Well,
That was by Eva M15. Wow.
Eva.
Eva.
I had a buddy who stayed at the Davenport this weekend.
Oh, is that right?
Well, it wasn't this weekend. It was like Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, he went to see Postmodern Jukebox. And so he stayed over there. He had dinner at Clinker Daggers, one of these really rotten places to have filet mignon. It's not a big deal. He spent way too much money. Anyhow, so he said he had a haunting dream.
Oh, is that right?
And he said he was asleep, and in this dream he woke up and he looked up towards the door, and there was a woman in white standing there.
As he was awake, he saw this?
Well,
Like an apparition?
in the dream.
Oh, in the dream.
So,
Okay. Huh.
And then he woke up, and then he looked over, and his wife wasn't in the bed.
Ooh.
He looked over. He looked over on the floor, and he said, "Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. It was like her head was there, and her body was like melting into the, and running out like candle wax, right?"
Oh, wow.
And he said, and then he woke up, and he goes, "Then I remembered somebody told me that this place is haunted." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I probably told you on your way out the door that day. By the way, it's haunted?" And he goes, "Yeah, that was the strangest thing. I've never had a dream like that."
Wow.
So I wonder if like the energy there kind of provided him an interesting dream.
Right. Sounds like it. I mean, that's
There you
very
go.
bizarre.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was... I mean, I'd have a lot of questions for the guy, but that's very interesting.
Right. Well, that's all it was. Is
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure that's the whole
but,
story, but just what, how did he feel? And did he, when he was at the hotel, I mean, it's a beautiful hotel.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's really gorgeous.
Walt Worthy did a great job revamping that thing.
Yeah, they really did. And Louis Davenport, I don't know what he goes by or went by, but he did a beautiful job building it in the first place.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, that's that'll be one of the videos that'll be coming out real soon, as a matter of fact, on the Paranormal Portal Investigates.
Oh.
Excuse me, hold on.
Is that going to be a whole different channel or?
No, it'll be right here on.
Oh,
on
just
this.
be onto the playlist.
Yep, it'll be another playlist.
Ah, gotcha.
I was thinking of launching another channel, but then it's like you start out with nobody, and you gotta convince people, hey, go check out our other channel.
Right.
And we're already just barely keeping this one climbing. We're getting close to 13,000 now.
I did notice we were at 12.9 something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like 15 more, and we'll be at 13,000, which is great, but it's still just this really slow growth.
You know what we really need?
A publicist.
Yeah, some marketing.
Yeah.
We have 61 people watching. We only have 36 thumbs.
36 likes. What?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Do we not entertain you?
All right, so
Do I amuse you?
yeah, but we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Lucky number 13. Yeah, I was had good luck on Friday the 13th, or at least.
Oh, and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We love you all.
Yep.
Hearts for everybody. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it is Valentine's Day. I remembered that earlier too, though. All right, being the romantic soul that I am,
Right.
I'm not really that romantic, unfortunately, but Mrs. Portal doesn't seem to mind. So that's good. That's good. She has low expectations. She knows the drill. If you don't expect much, you'll never be disappointed. So, she's wonderful. All right, number 3, I witnessed an alien abduction, Don.
You did?
Well, the person that...
Was it your own?
No.
Oh.
This is, by the way, this article was compiled by Holly Riordan, and it's from 2019, March 14th. So I just wanted to get that out there because these articles are amazing. I love these. So this is our item number 3 on this list. I witnessed an alien abduction. Witnessed an alien abduction back in 2001, and this takes place when I was 13.
Was there a monolith and a bunch of...
Oh, you're going to remember this story.
Oh.
A friend of mine wanted me to help her grandparents set up their computer, and I said, sure, and ride my bicycle to their house. I remember this one. I get there, and clouds appear, so I decided to make this pretty quick. I set up the computer and install AOL for them. Yeah, that that dates the install right there. Yep. Showing them how it all works and such. And they go back and sit on the couch while I get my backpack to get ready to leave, as their other granddaughter, who's about 4 or 6 years old, I can't remember which, was sleeping in the other room. All of a sudden, a cold breeze went through the room. It was odd, as all the doors and windows were shut. The grandparents looked toward the kitchen, and what I saw made me freeze in place. There were 3 creatures standing in the kitchen. 2 of them were short gray creatures with a thicker neck than described, with the eyes closer to the sides of their heads. They wore silver jumpsuits, and in between them was a taller creature looking like a humanoid mantis, wearing a black robe with a yellow stripe going down the middle. Well, they walked to another room, and a minute later returned with the robed creature carrying the granddaughter in its arms. It's looking at me, and I get the feeling it knows who I am. I don't know why I got the feeling, but I did. I was very scared. More of the situation than of them, and the grandparents were looking at them too, but not doing anything. Well, I decided to say screw this and fought off all the fear I could and clumsily charged towards them. I didn't even make 3 steps before the grandfather stopped me and told me they will bring her back. The creatures didn't move and continued to look at me. I couldn't get any more words out of my throat because I didn't know what to think at this point. All of a sudden, the light stretched around them and they vanished. An odd glow remained for a few seconds before fading. After a minute of an awkward silence and the grandfather repeating, "She will be brought back soon," and I decided to leave. I rode my bicycle back home as fast as I could, while looking back to see if some ship was hiding in the clouds. Nothing was there, and I didn't sleep that night I got home. The next day, I did tell my friend what happened, and she did tell me it has happened before. The grandparents and other family members have tried to stop it, but to no avail. They just accepted it with a look of defeat and moved on. Granddaughter was brought back after a few hours. A while after this, their whole family moved elsewhere. I've heard from other people who claim to experience similar events, and I feel they are legit.
So yeah, we have read that one before.
Yep.
Yeah. My question really is, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Did they ever try and get the girl that was apparently abducted, to talk about what happened? Yeah, I wish there was some more context there.
Yeah.
You know, what was going on? Obviously, she was being abducted, but why? What were they doing? I mean,
could you imagine watching your child?
Hell no.
Be dragged out by
some. Do anything about it?
Yeah, I mean,
hell no.
God, they'd be dragging my corpse out from trying. You know, I mean, even if you're frozen in place, I mean, God, there's got to be something you can do.
Right.
It's just, I mean, maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just one of those situations where you're just powerless. But my God, and apparently they had tried to stop it, but they couldn't.
Well, so I accidentally pushed the wrong button on the unknown, but the unknown typed in there, man, that would be the day some ugly looking mantis take my daughter.
Yeah,
Hell
exactly.
No. Yeah, I'd be the last day.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd blow the damn house up. You know what I'm saying? No.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. Well, there's that. I don't know what you do about stuff like that. But
yeah, there's apparently not much.
Cruzieth Maximus pushing the like. Love you, brother. Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
We like algorithm juice.
It's like rocket fuel on YouTube. PM me with your ghost pick was who submitted that one. So apparently they're still looking for more content other than the story that they have. Very wild. All right, number 4. I saw a creature created entirely out of shapes. Oh, this is one that I was referring to. I talked to some. Oh, it was actually the podcast that's out now. When I was talking to Dana, she described an apparition that looked like static.
Oh.
And it wasn't illuminated, but when it got close enough, she could see it was like static from a TV in a human shape.
Wow.
And I was like, that's very unique. I've never heard that before.
Right.
But I did reference this story, and this is one we read a long time ago as well.
Right.
We may have actually covered this whole article another time.
So real quick, there was a series of movies called VHS.
Okay.
And so in these movies, we were just like, some of them are like supposedly like found footage, things like that. And they're just, but there was one where this little gal took some friends out to the forest and basically used them as bait to catch this pixelated man that kills people. So she brought all 3 of these people, right, to bait him to coming out so she could kill it, because it killed her boyfriend with the last group that they went out camping unbeknownst to them, and then met this pixelated man that fuzzes in and out like an old TV. Yeah.
Did
crazy.
it work?
I don't remember. I think I fell asleep.
Don, we need more context.
Oh, goodness.
What'd you do?
I just popped out. Broke the chair.
Don broke the Don throne.
Oh, no. Well, all right. We'll have to. This thing was on its last legs anyhow.
Yeah, well.
Well, now it's really on its last leg.
Yeah, looks like I got a repair in my...
I told you my butt was like a weeble.
There's the
Yeah,
screw
probably
down there.
just popped out. Yeah,
Yep, there it is.
down to-
I'll get it back in there
We'll
with
get it.
some glee.
There was something else I was going to say about that too.
I don't know.
I don't
what
know,
that
but
was.
well, yeah.
All right. Well, the next one is I saw a creature created entirely out of shapes. And this is what I was referencing if you listen to the podcast. Okay, so I used to live in Vancouver, Washington on a cul-de-sac, Orchard Del Court. It was a T-shaped cul-de-sac with another road going off the side of the T. So I was heading to school at about 8 a.m. that morning, only to walk about a block from my house to where the cul-de-sac meets the main road, St. James Road. And this is your typical everyday routes that I took. However, that morning was different. When I got close to St. James, I looked up from my feet, and across the road was what I can only describe as a creature. It was made up entirely of black spheres. In the shape of a man, it definitely had 2 legs and 2 arms, a torso, and a head. But again, all made up of black spheres about a foot wide, a little bigger than a basketball. And all of the spheres had a texture to them. And I'd never seen this before. That is creepy enough, but it was dancing around a pole in the street. Don, it was a pole dancer.
God, I missed that one, didn't I?
No, I can't believe
did.
it. Ah. The thing is, that's really hard to convey, is that this thing projected nothing but pure malevolence. I felt that this thing was bad, really, really bad. I would not say it was evil. It was just bad. It's like the difference between saying a man can be evil, but a man can also be good. This thing could not have the possibility of being good. There was no way. It was bad through and through. Anyways, when I looked at it, it stopped dancing, looked at me, and just popped out of existence. It did not fade. It did not make any sound. It was just there one moment, and the next, it was gone. I was really freaked out, but that's not. But it's not like I was hurt or felt bad. I was just freaked out. Anyways, I went to school like normal, if not a little shaken. Well, that night there was some kids racing cars drunk, and there were 4 or 5 people killed. The driver and all the passengers all died instantly. And when I went out with my father to the corner where it happened, I was shocked because it was the exact same intersection where I saw that thing the previous morning. I cannot help but think I saw something strange that morning, something I was not supposed to see. Whatever that creature was, it was bad, bad news. That's a link. I wonder why.
Oh.
I don't know.
Right click it open.
All right, let's check it out.
That's what I do.
I know.
No results found.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Whoa.
Ah.
Nice job there, Brent.
Hey. Just going full Scooby-Doo. Zoink, Scoob. Yeah, that was not a good click. We're no longer right-clicking on stuff, Don. That was by Random Studman.
And that link went to exactly where I thought it would.
Yeah, there you have it. Jesus. Welcome to my nightmare, folks. Bad links and
That's a song by Alice Cooper.
and bad planning. All right, there you go. Number 5, we saw a mummy resting on the bed. Are you ready for this one, Don?
Mommy, there's an airplane in the sky. Really? Okay, yes, mummy on the bed.
All right, when I was a child, around the age of 6, perhaps younger, I used to visit my uncle's house on occasion with my mom and Nan. And each time I was there, I would go to my uncle's bedroom to look at the mummy that laid on his bed. That's what I thought I was seeing, an adult woman that seemed to look like they were wrapped up in bandages or some material. My uncle was the kind that would tease you or wind you up, so I never believed it was real, just something he'd rigged to scare me. Each time I went to his house, I would drag my mom or my Nan up into that room to show them. And frustratingly, each and every time they would claim not to be able to see a very obvious mummy laid out on the bed. Well, it got to the point one day after dragging my mom and Nan up to my uncle's room, and them not believing me, that after they left, I stayed to watch the mummy lay in the bed. I stayed in the doorway, the furthest I would ever go, with the side of the bed facing me, and glared as angrily as a little girl could at the woman in the bed. Then it sat up, turned to face me. I froze. It was when the thing started to get off the bed towards me that I discovered my legs could again run. Years later, my Nan took me and my friend to my uncle's house to dog sit while he was away, and it just so happened that his bedroom was where we would be having our sleepover. Oh no. The room had been changed, and there was no mummy this time around, but retelling the story was enough to freak us both out for the night, though it didn't stop us sleeping. My mom and Nan can recall me asking about the bandaged woman in the bed and other weird things I'd seen and experienced as a child, but no one else had experienced the mummy in that house.
Huh.
That was by Creative Pool, Poole.
There is no pee in my wool.
Yeah, keep it that way.
Oh boy.
Thank you. Canned jokes. They're just as relevant here on the portal.
They're not any more fresh than the day they got canned.
Most of our humor isn't that fresh. All right. Yeah, I think that's an interesting story. Of course, kids commonly see apparitions and things that adults can't. So obviously,
That's true.
that would be my takeaway from it, is that, it wasn't like it was happening. Maybe it was a frequent event for this person, because she said, and other weird things I'd seen and experienced as a child. So apparently she just had the vision and was able to tune right into that, and nobody else could see it. But to her, it looked real, like it was even a fabricated thing her uncle put in there for a joke. So she didn't realize that it was a ghost.
Right.
It was a ghost, Don.
It was a ghost. Watched a strange movie last night. It was called...
There's a shock.
Yeah, exactly. It was called Butterfly Kisses.
Oh, okay.
And it was about... it was a movie about a guy who found footage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, again, found footage.
VHS
movies.
and now this one. Okay.
Well, yeah, this was actually more DV. Well, yeah. But it was DV, so it was DV tape. But anyhow, it was about the Blink Man. And so what it was you were supposed to look down this train trestle. It's a covered trestle. And you're supposed to stare down it between midnight and 1, but you can't blink. For a full hour, you got to look at it. And then when you do it, the Blink Man would come. And so every time you blink, the Blink Man came closer and closer and closer until it gives you butterfly kisses.
Okay.
And then you die.
Oh, no. That's horrible.
Yeah. At least you get kisses.
Kind of sounds like those statue angels on Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Remember those if they didn't look?
I've seen one. Yeah.
You've seen one Doctor Who episode?
Yeah,
Or?
with those particular, the statue angels.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with them.
It's a creepy thought. What if there was something like that that couldn't exist? If it only really was able to be mobile if you weren't looking at it.
Yeah.
But it was not liking you and wanted to kill you.
Oh,
That's horrible.
there you go.
Yep. Got to keep looking. How do you not blink for an hour though? How does anybody?
It's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the world. You know what? I'm going to look it up though. I'm going to look up the world record for staring or.
Yeah, that would be right. World record for staring. The weeping angels, Rachel says. Yeah, that's a creepy thing. They're not weeping. They just can't be seen. They refuse to be seen.
17 minutes 3 seconds on air in 2019. Was a comedian. It's unofficial though.
Oh.
Actor sets unofficial record for not blinking for over an hour.
What?
That was in 2019. Let's look into that.
Is that legit?
Don't know. Eye on the prize. Actor, comedian, TV host in the Philippines. Unofficial record for 1 hour 17 minutes. I misread it. It says 1 hour 17 minutes.
Do you have someone applying eye drops, or how does that work?
He must be like just spraying them in.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I can go 12 hours and 37 minutes without blinking. No.
Nah, your eyeballs would dry up
yeah.
in raisins by that time.
Yeah, you'd be like Sammy Davis Jr. How you doing? So anyhow, I know I'm horrible.
I thought you had a stroke.
Yeah, I'll leave that one there. World record for not blinking. Says create a new world record for doing the longest duration of 2 minutes by keeping our eyes open without blinking. So new world record. This was October of 22. 2 minutes.
2 minutes
is the official long world record.
Wow.
Yeah, that's still a long friggin' time.
Yep. Well, there you have it, folks.
Oh, here's one I'd like to see. The world's record for the longest periods of time spent without speaking.
How long?
I wouldn't last very long, but it's 9 years, 11 months.
Wow.
And it was done by it looks like a monk in Italy.
Huh.
So he must have taken like
A vow of silence. Yep.
A vow. Shut the hell up.
Yep. I know.
So there you go.
I know some people I'd like to take vows of silence.
Officially in 2022, it was what'd I say? 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2
2
minutes.
minutes.
Crazy. We'll do one more and then we'll go to the cryptid corner. All right, number 6 on our list from Thought Catalog. And this is I love this article, even though most of these are very familiar. A mysterious creature appeared inside of the house. This happened when I was 7. I grew up on a military base, and we lived in the PMQs, not entirely sure on the age of the houses, but our basements did have a bomb shelter in it. What is a PMQ? I don't know. I don't know what that means. But anyway, I've never been in the military, so I don't know all that vernacular. Anyway, so I had just broken my leg, and my dad moved my bed to the living room and set up my computer so I could play Buzz Aldrin's Race to Space
Sweet.
whenever I wanted. I never heard of that game.
That's like Nintendo, or not Nintendo. That's like Atari.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
I was also given a frying pan and a pot if I ever needed anything in the middle of the night. So it's God knows what time. And I'm woken up by a sound. I look around and I don't really see anything until I notice a hand peer out of the, what is that? Peer out of the distance?
Oh, I'm so
a hand peer out of the distance, or out of the entrance way to the living room. I think it just means it can't, like he saw the hand coming out from behind or whatever. I immediately look at the TV to see if I can see a reflection, and I do. It looks like a man my father's build and height, but the uniform is wrong. My father a few times was called and deployed on moment's notice, and I could just tell this was a World War II uniform. So I freaked out. I grabbed the frying pan and pot, I think it meant pot, and began slamming them together as hard as I could. The figure in the TV just walks away into the dining room and then turned to the kitchen from what I could tell. Just as he turns, my father is already in the living room asking what's wrong. And I replied, someone's in the house. He immediately goes for his baseball bat and starts searching the house and checking the locks and windows. And then gets on the phone and calls the MPs. And before I know it, he and the neighbors and the MPs are outside searching the whole damn neighborhood. Well, they never found anyone, and I've never had a similar experience since then. That was by Scoopable. I don't know if Scoopable is a person or is that another site?
Betcha full of poop.
Jesus. The pooper scooper. Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll leave that one there, and we're going to dive into the cryptids now, Don.
Cryptids.
It's time for some cryptids, and to start out that journey, we're going to head to the blog of SasquatchChronicles.com. Wes posted some new listener listener emails. So
he should give us a call sometime soon.
Yeah, well, we don't have phone lines. So
that's true.
Yeah, we got to wait till we have phone lines. So, Wes, if you're out there, just know. Love to hear from you, but...
no, not really. That's why we got rid of the phone line. No, we'd love to hear from you.
Don. Anyway.
He knows we love him.
He does. Well, if he doesn't, he's,
Now he's got his doubts.
he might have now. So we're going to go to Sasquatch Chronicles blog, and this is Wes's site, home of the Sasquatch Chronicles show, and also home to a bunch of other posted articles that Wes puts up there. A lot of his listener emails that he gets and such are posted there, and they're phenomenal. They really are phenomenal. And so I can only encourage you guys to go check it out, and thanks, Wes, for letting us use your site for our show.
Thanks for letting us abuse your site for our show.
I mean, it's really great between him and Lon that I only have to plan 1 hour of the show, and then I just go over and do some farming. Well, what's Wes got for the fresh crop? Yeah, and I just grab them and go.
It's scoopable.
It is. All right. So this one is from, again, Sasquatch Chronicles blog from February 14th, today old. My brother's encounter. A listener writes, I've been a long-time listener of your show. Thank you for what you're doing. Remember, it's not talking about the portal. He's talking about Sasquatch Chronicles.
Oh, dang it.
I know. It's just, man, if we could
famous.
Almost. Yeah, we're working on it.
Almost famous. Yeah, it sounds like the story of my life.
By the way, we're going to Vernal again this year. So I got us at least booked there at the events. Still got to find where we're going to sleep. But,
well, you know what?
That'll come in time.
Sometimes it's better. Let's just camp in the car.
maybe we'll go to someone's house and crash. Anybody live in Vernal want to put up with us?
No, I know where there's a little cabin up in the woods.
Really?
Well, it's not really woods in Vernal now, is it?
I don't know, not really. I've had a couple of odd encounters personally in my life, but I'm writing to share my brother's story. My brother was recently diagnosed with a rare, incurable disease, and doctors think he only has a few years left.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's really sad. I'm sorry. It's also impacted his memory, and he doesn't remember much anymore, unfortunately. My brother is a private person, and he wouldn't want me to share this story. However, this story is somewhat of a legend and somewhat of a legacy. In his honor, I'd like to share it with you without revealing his name. I'll share this as best as I can recall, when he first told me back in 1999. My brother used to work on the oil rigs, and he was in the far northern part of Canada in the early 80s. Well, it was nothing but trees, snow, and cold up there with virtually no other humans for around 50 miles, aside from other workers and those running the camps. He and the crew had finished their day and were headed back to camp. Well, that evening after dinner, my brother noticed he lost his watch, which he suspected he left in the doghouse, the crew shack, at the well site. And since he's absolutely nothing else to do up there, after dinner he decided to take the crew truck and go get his watch while also checking on the rig, make sure the engines are still running, etc. Given how cold it was in the winter, you just don't want to turn off any engines if you can help it. But he was almost to the rig when his crew truck broke down. Well, he jumped out and started walking to the rig, where he was planning on radioing camp and getting a mechanic out to fix that truck. He could see the lights of the rig just up the road, so he knew he was close. Well, he left the lights on in the truck so people could see it, and he started walking up the road. He said he had just gotten to the edge of the illumination of the headlights when he heard some rustling in the trees just on the other side of the ditch. Well, he looked up and saw a white, hairy thing standing on two legs looking right at him about 15 feet away. He said this thing looked inhumanly tall. He said he was shocked, and he looked at this thing for a while until he could start to think clearly. My brother looked back at the truck and realized it was useless to go back there, so he decided to run to the rig as fast as he could. My brother always thought of himself as a pretty fast runner, and I believe him. He was running the fastest he's ever ran in his life, and he could see out of the corner of his eye that this thing was weaving in and out of the trees, effortlessly pacing him along, almost like it was playing or just having fun. Just as he was getting close to the rig where more trees were cleared, this thing just shot off into the woods and disappeared. My brother grabbed his key and unlocked the door to the doghouse in record time. He composed himself and radioed the camp to have a mechanic come and fix the crew truck. He asked the mechanic to pick him up at the rig, and he also had found his watch. He told me nothing else happened, really. He put on his watch and tried his best to make sense of what happened. When the mechanic showed up, my brother jumped in the truck as quickly as he could and asked to be dropped off at camp, while the mechanic worked away on the POS on the side of the road. The crew asked him what took so long, and he just wrote it off as dealing with the truck. He never spoke much about this, but from time to time he'd give some details if you asked. I only spoke to him about this about 3 times, 2 of which he actually could share some details, but it was never much, unfortunately. This is the first encounter I've ever heard in person, with the next being after I found your show. I always believed my brother's story. Most didn't, but after hearing more about other people's experiences, I knew he was telling the truth. Somebody on their first comment, I think Luke Skywalker had an encounter with a creature like that on the ice planet Hoth.
Oh boy.
Yes, someone has to go full jerk.
So Ryan Tremblay had just posted a picture that I just lost, which was interesting because it kind of fed into exactly what you just read. Let me see if I can pull that up here real quick. So let's go here. And dang, where'd it go? It would have been perfect.
The power of planning.
Poor planning, you mean?
No,
poor planning.
That's our power, is poor planning.
Oh, gotcha.
That's our power. That's our superpower.
I can't find it now. But
okay.
Anyhow, it was pretty funny. You were reading that, and I was like, "That's interesting."
Well, there it is. Yeah, sounds like a white squatch, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's a pretty good story. I like that one.
Ooh, is that supposed to be Albert Ostman?
I don't know. I've seen pictures of Albert Ostman. It doesn't look too much different than what I've seen. Anyway, yeah, white squatches.
Oh, here it is.
Hello, I'm really enjoying your show. I work early in the morning, so I don't get to stay up late much, but you two are a hoot and at times hilarious.
At times hilarious.
So we're a hoot usually, but sometimes we're actually hilarious.
I'm glad you're funny.
Especially the one host breaking his chair a few minutes ago.
Oh, thanks.
You're the hilarious one, Don.
Apparently.
I'm just a hoot. I'm just a hoot.
You're a who?
I don't know sometimes, dude. I'm wondering, maybe I'm in the wrong chair. Should be the Longbeard report. All right. No, that's cool. Thank you, Melissa. That's wonderful. Melissa Kronewetter. Okay. I hope I pronounced that kind of right.
No, you probably murdered it.
I probably did. I'm sorry if I brutalized your name, but thank you. It's wonderful to hear from you, and thank you for being a part of the show. Don, do you want to do some shout-outs?
Shout-outs!
We want to know who is here.
Yeah, so you better start chatting.
You better start with some chatting, folks, because we want to be able to give you a shout-out if you want one. But we got Melissa Kronewetter. RJ, hi. Oh, no, wait, that was wrong one. Oh, she said LOL. Oh, thank you, Planet X, $2. Great show. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully, those of you that are checking it out will get subscribed.
All right, so we got Barbara Mora. Hi, Barb. Digger Dog just came in just about 5 minutes ago. Elaine's here. Hi. Isaac's here. John Tempering. Hi, Karen. Maggie M10. Melissa, nice to meet you. Misfire Jack's here. How you doing? We still got to get a podcast out of them. Let's see here. Planet X. RJ Windwalker just popped in. Rachel Gets It Right is always here. The Unknown and Wizard Moon 13. John LaBelle just popped up again, and that seems to be it. Jaron was here a bit ago. Who else was here?
Did you get Wizard Moon?
Wizard Moon, yeah. Okay, there you go. And I think that's it.
Well, wonderful. Those are the people that are chatting.
Yep.
Which is good. I mean, we love the chatters too. You don't have to chat.
And Vincent is from Waco.
Vincent's from Waco. Okay.
Yeah, apparently so.
Awesome.
Lucky Gypsy's here. That's right. Yep.
Lucky Gypsy.
Haven't seen Mom lately. Is she all right?
Yeah, she stopped in last show
okay, cool.
to say hello. But yeah,
Nice.
she's getting better. She's working towards health.
Jordan and Grumpy Owl are also here. So there you go. That's it. I'm done.
good.
Oh, there's Portal Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Brent and Don.
Well, she knows how to spell my name.
She said da-da-da-don. Da-da-da-don.
Hi, Tent. How you doing, Tent?
Da-da-da-do. Yeah, she got that mini little keyboard on her phone. So
Oh, so
it's
your
a little
name is
tricky.
now Brad Tent.
Got that. Yeah.
Past tense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I hope I'm not past tent. I don't want to be past tent. Not yet. I mean, we're all going to be past tent someday, but not today. Not today. Good to see you, Mama. Thank you for coming in. Love you and hope you're doing well. All right, so we'll get back to Sasquatch and Chronicles and get to the next one. There's 3 of them to go through tonight. I'll let him say it again.
Hi, Unknown.
Unknown.
Or is it Maggie? I don't know.
Your names are Hoot and Hilarious now. Okay. You get to be hilarious. I'm stuck as Hoot.
Just call me Larry for short.
Yeah,
My name's Larry, and this is my cousin
Hey,
Daryl.
Mo. I'll be Curly.
Oh boy.
All right. Oh. All right. What do we? Hi. Oh. Yeah, Mom. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. All right, so let's get to the next Sasquatch Chronicles. Oh, I'll get back to you.
Yeah,
on the
sorry to
podcast.
hear that, Misfire.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got back from Vernal and I'm still struggling.
Yeah.
No, take your time. I mean, the offer's always there, of course, but our love and prayers with you
Absolutely.
in your journey, and I can't imagine, but my heart goes out to you for sure.
Rachel says the portal exists where D-holes fear to tread. Yeah.
What do you
There's
mean?
a fact.
Don comes in every week. What are you talking?
I'm here every day, every time.
Hey, maybe I can be hilarious now.
Oh boy.
We're all vying for the title. I don't usually break stuff, but
I'm sorry that I have to break stuff to be funny.
you've broken a few things in the studio.
Unfortunately, I have. I know. Trust me, I haven't forgotten.
No, there's nothing.
The only thing I haven't broken in here is my toe. I've
Yeah.
always done that at home.
He does that at home in the middle of the night when he's doing pee runs.
Right?
Ooh, 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 pow, ow. The soundtrack of your life.
Oh man, I tell you. when you get done, when you come out of the bathroom at like 2:00 in the morning, and you stub your little toe, and you hear it audibly go snap, what are you gonna do? I mean, I remember the sound of my little toe breaking when I slammed it into that door jamb. I was like, no, that's not a stub toe. That's
a beat to hell toe.
I know. Jesus.
That is sad. Very sad stuff. I don't even want to know what that thing looks like now. It's probably just like a deflated balloon noodle sitting there.
Oh my gosh. RJ, why are you so mean to me?
What did he say?
He said Don's going to have 13 BEK standing outside his house whispering his name.
They just want to watch him hit his toe again. They get him up in the middle of the night. Hey, watch this, guys. Done. You get up. What? Who is it? Ow! Ow!
Jeez.
Sorry, just couldn't resist. Little toe bite it off. Oh, dear God. That's a visual I didn't need too. Thank you, John Temperin.
Yes, Barbara, there was lots of cursing going on.
Yeah. I'm giving you the G version.
In a very loud Don voice.
Don's voice is loud anyway. You wouldn't believe how much I have to amp the levels just so we're on the same volume. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. I had to boost my preamp in the production software.
Right.
Like 8 to 10 points.
Wow.
Yours I left the same. So no, we don't, because I got some feedback on YouTube. It's like the music's loud, your voice is really soft, and they didn't say your voice, so I was like,
they didn't say anything about Don.
yeah, I know.
We hear Don just fine.
Yeah, yep. And then when the pain comes, you curse and blame it the object. You stub your stupid toe on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if it wasn't there, it wouldn't have happened,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Why
That's
did it
how it
jump in
works.
my way? It wasn't there a second ago.
I wear flip flops a lot in the summer.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I broke my pinky toe on the wheel of a shopping cart.
Oh, no doubt.
And then I broke the other one on a wheel on the shopping cart another day.
I didn't tell you how I broke my big toe, did I?
Well,
I walked into a wall,
oh God, no, I didn't hear that version.
toe first. I walked right into a wall, broke my toe. I was like, son of a...
Yep. Peggy says stupid fireplace. Yeah, that's another one that always gets people. Absolutely, and my side's hurting now from laughing, Barbara Morris says. Can we come in and use your, what does that say? What was it? Can we come in and use your toe to call our mom?
If you're using my toe to call your mom, you might want to mute me before you do it.
Yeah.
Because I'll call your mom everything in the world.
Yeah. It'll start with mother, and then it goes way south. Starts with mother and goes way south. I did something similar twice, Maggie says. Oh,
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
I just wish 13,000 people would forget.
I won't let that happen.
Don't
Don.
mind me.
I won't let that happen. That's like gold.
Yeah. Right next to black-eyed beans.
Sometimes the most paranormal part of this show, Melissa, is that we have a show. To be honest with you.
Right. And we're still allowed to be on here.
And we're not demonetized. I mean, we don't cuss.
We're demonized, but not demonetized.
We're just so dumb here. It's fun, but we have fun doing it. So I hope you're subscribed if you're not, and I hope anybody that's out here listening, and if you're enjoying the show, get subscribed. It really helps a lot. And besides, I want to cross that 13,000 threshold. We're like 15 people away, so if you can help make that happen, love you, mean it.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We've been at this for 7.5 years.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and we're at 13,000.
Oh, look, I might need a big toe to count on. Hold on.
Clearly, Don,
That counts as 2.
We are an acquired taste.
Apparently so. It's like a fine wine.
Yeah.
Turning to vinegar.
Yeah. We're like apple cider vinegar.
Exactly. Misfire Jack says, my sister and I made an obstacle course out of those stupid banana chairs, and I didn't quite clear one that was stacked 2 chairs tall. My toe was sideways.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I can relate. I can relate.
Yeah, that's not good. Sorry to hear that. I hate it when I do it. So, no, Brent, it's not paranormal. It's Abby normal. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's brought me an Abby normal brain?
Those dangerous toe smashing walls, even an open concept home, has those lethal kitchen islands sneaking out the toe. Yep, this is the big toe. That's why I call him the big toe. I'm going to get you those 15 people, Brent, in about 20 minutes. All right,
Sweet.
Unknown.
Unfortunately,
challenge accepted.
We only have 20 minutes left.
Well,
actually, we got 35, but let's not go there.
Yeah, we're getting there though. I've hurt my tailbone a few times being a goalie in ringette. What is ringette? I don't know what ringette is, but it sounds dangerous now.
Good. Yeah,
I didn't know what it was. Sounded kind of sweet until you said you broke your tailbone.
Ringette.
Don, you Googling it?
Yep. What is ringette? Oh, ringette is a non-contact winter team sport played on an ice rink and ice hockey skates, straight sticks with drag tips and a blue rubber pneumatic ring designed for use on ice surfaces.
Oh.
So it's like
like a donut puck.
yeah, exactly.
Hockey.
Like I freeze my donut. How about you?
Jesus, Don.
Like,
keep-
oh, so soothing.
I keep my donut all toasty.
So there you go. It's called a ringette.
There you have it. I didn't know that. I know ringette. Rachel says, "Oh, sure. Yeah, would up there in Canada, you know."
I thought curling was the national thing up there.
Jesus. Curling Labatt's maybe.
Oh no! Yeah, I need a Molson's, you know.
Eh?
You got a Molson's Ice, eh? I drank so many of those in Seattle.
Grumpy says it's still PMS on ice, if you ask me. Just some lovely people.
Drunk
Lovely.
curling is the thing. It's not a thing. It is the thing,
I bet
apparently.
it is. You got to get drunk to get a kick out of watching a big block slide on ice. You got to be under some kind of
It's
influence.
called a stone.
Okay, well, whatever the hell it is. And they're sweeping for it.
Right? They're like, get that dust out the way.
Get grandma out here. Get grandma out here. We need this swept. I'm sure it's a family sport is how it started.
All right? Get your butts back out there and clean that up.
Now, honey, I'm going to push a rock, and you and your mom get ahead of it and sweep some snow. I want to see how far it goes. Just-
Drunk curling. I got to see that.
oh, my God. So,
Pizza and poutine. And don't forget the beer.
the Labatt's. Come on.
Sorry. You know we love you, Canada.
It's Canadian, eh? It's Canadian for beer, eh?
That's not a Canadian accent.
I don't know.
Even
well,
the unknown's going, oh my God.
this is what you guys signed up for, just so you know. When Don's here, it's all bets are off. We sometimes actually talk about the paranormal here, too.
The only thing stopping you is there an opportunity. And it's mostly the air in my lungs. That's the...
I know. It's like one constant exhale. Ah, you guys are great. Love the interaction,
Yes.
eh?
Oh, goodness.
So true. Never know why it was Olympic sport ever since it was. I was 7 or 8 years old. Yeah, I don't know either. It's like horseshoes might as well be in the Olympics, you know? It's just whatever. It's hard to speak Canadian when you're American. Yeah, it is. It is. Although I'm Minnesotan, so we're like Canadian light.
Very light.
Yeah, very light. But
Why can't I see through my beer?
well, I don't want a beer that I got to chew for Christ's
Why
sake.
not?
Oh my God.
Why do you think oatmeal stout is made out of oatmeal?
Well, why do you think I don't drink oatmeal stout?
Oh.
Yeesh. I want to drink this stuff. I don't want to have to take bites of it. Good God, that stuff is like
You got to eat it with
It's
a
like-
spoon.
it's
It's too thin.
it's like roofing tar. Either you drink it or you seal your driveway with it or something. You know, it's like
You can seal a few things with it. Trust
yeah, your future mostly.
me. Yeah, that's why I quit drinking it. Oh goodness.
Oh God, think we should get.
Rachel says yes. Sometimes a slice of pizza gets stuck to the stone handles after a few beers if the player doesn't put his pizza down first.
Yeah, it's amazing sport. Amazing sport. We Canadian are portrayed perfectly by South Park. Oh, we love you, Canucks. You betcha.
Oh man.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Whew.
Well, did I mention I have more Sasquatch Chronicles to read? We are in the cryptid corner, but maybe we're the cryptids tonight. Really.
Well, it's good because it's only been 5 minutes since I said it was 35 minutes, so we're still okay.
Well, now it's 30 minutes then, right? We got a half hour left. They have fine physiques.
Yes, thank
What
you.
Who does the curlers or who? Who has fine physiques? Or us? Are we talking about us? Just saying. All right. You could do it with a hot pot and a broom on some ice.
No doubt. Why is it sizzling?
That'll be the next Olympic sport. It'll be like crock pot pork roast or something.
From the pan to the fire.
Y'all getting slap happy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's where we start, actually. We're not getting there. We start there. And we end up somewhere much lower than that. But anyway, let's get back to the Sasquatch Chronicles because we got another story here from February 13th. And looks like a real Lulu here. So let's get to it. All right. Strange sounds in the Manistee National Forest. A listener writes, attached is a sound I recorded late one night near the Manistee National Forest. I recorded it on at my mom's house, which is in Cadillac, Michigan. She's just inside of Wexford County, and literally a stone's throw away from the Manistee National Forest. Honestly, the activity up here is fairly common, and honestly, it really just causes pause, and most people just kind of go back to whatever they were doing. A lot of people around here know there is something out there, but don't really want to go much further than that. My family had a two-night event back in the early 80s. The sound I heard as a child was like nothing I had ever heard. Fast forward to the internet age, the Ohio Howl was the sound clip that gave me chills and a giddy feeling all at once. I've seen them, but hearing that recording back in the day made me realize how real this subject really was. Crazy for sure. Anyhow, the recording I sent you, I'd like your take on it. And I'm not saying it's a Sasquatch, but I can say I've never heard this before. I grew up in the northern Michigan and have spent most of my time as a kid and now an adult in the woods. Y'all hear something yelling and the dogs barking? I should have stayed out longer and recorded more, but it was late and I was ready for bed. Anyway, please take a listen. And here is the sound.
It's titled Something Big.
Something Big, it's titled. Let's see
what it does.
Give it a listen, folks. Thanks again, Wes, for the multimedia. All right, let's hear this sound. God, that does sound big.
Yeah, you really got to listen to it through the dogs barking.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. You can hear that roar though. It's a roar. There's something back in the background there. But you do hear the dogs barking, but yeah. That's pretty intense. I don't know what it is either. I mean, it's not really a profoundly, high definition recording. Right. It's just a lot of noise and echoey noise coming in on that as well. But I don't think I'd be exploring to find it.
Nope.
Be like, yeah, let's go inside and see what's on TV.
Let's keep the dogs inside tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, there you have it. That is the second one from Sasquatch Chronicles. And then it brings us to the last one from Sasquatch Chronicles tonight. And this is from February 11th, Visual Encounters in Washington. Ooh. Now, I don't know whether this is Bigfoot or something else, so I'm assuming it's a Bigfoot story. But a listener writes, this is from February 11th, by the way, Visual Encounters in Washington. I said Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah, just thinking about home too much.
1,500 miles.
I used to look at Wisconsin every day. So. A listener writes, a friend just told me about your podcast, so I listened to a few episodes and read about your story. I thought I'd reach out about our encounters because we somehow got lucky and had 2 face-to-face encounters within a 2-year span in a pretty unexpected area in Eastside Olympia, and then in rural Yelm. Is that in your neck of the woods too?
Yeah.
Yelm? Okay.
Yep, Yelm. I know Yelm well.
Okay.
Olympia, though. So Eastside Olympia, that was probably one of those girls from Evergreen College.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that all that's over on the east side?
No.
Oh.
But they all look like Sasquatch.
Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, really?
Wow.
I mean, I've never been there. I don't have any opinion on this. Don's views do not necessarily reflect those of the paranormal or its other host. All right. So at the time, I found BFRO and had Scott Taylor come out to both sides to corroborate our sightings, and we just recently added them to the BFRO site. Here's the first sighting in January 2017. To begin, I'll say that my husband at the time of our first sighting, sorry, I'm reading it terribly, we're divorced but still in touch, was an active duty Army sniper at Fort Lewis. He's now an honorably discharged veteran living in Oregon. He's been deployed to Afghanistan and Thailand in combat and is tactically trained as well as being an avid hunter since a young age. With an actual photographic memory, so he's very sharp. He also understands the advantage of a ghillie suits to hide from the enemy. And if you think about Sasquatch brown fur and how they often blend, it's very similar. I've been saying that for years. It's a natural ghillie suit. However, he did not believe in Sasquatch at all. We were living at a dead end near Bigelow Lake, a total marshy, dense foliage lake in East Olympia back in January 2017, And Anthony was out in our front driveway working on his engine with a headlamp at about midnight. He heard some heavy stomping coming from the lower marsh area. From the back of our house towards the front, we had an apple tree, and he thought it was an elk, by the weights, maybe, but it didn't sound like an elk walking. And then he looked at our apple tree with the headlamp and was literally face to face with a huge Bigfoot. His eyes glowed yellow back at him, and he took a knee but pulled out his Glock. It turned and stomped into the woods that led to Mission Creek Nature Park, not preserve, but BFRO said that there were sightings at the Mission Creek Nature Preserve, which is somewhat nearby. We looked for footprints and couldn't find any because it walked through a very wet, soggy marsh area. He took about 2 days to tell me, I believe, and then I contacted BFRO and Scott Taylor came out. One note I will say, one odd thing about this encounter is the night before, there were 3 of us talking in our driveway. We had military friends over, on and off daily. And above our house in the tree line was a glowing orb-shaped thing. My husband flew drones for the military and said he didn't think it was a drone, even a silent one. It was very bright and non-moving, and then it just disappeared. Well, I didn't think much of it, but some folks say they see glowing lights close to Bigfoot encounters. My husband did not talk about it with anyone, and of course, I did tell some people, but I found that people really do think you're crazy. They don't get excited for you at all. Even my friends who believe in UFOs, so I just stopped saying anything. This is the second sighting, October 2019. It was 2019. We'd since moved to a rural 5-acre rental in Yelm off of Vale Road. Our property faced our neighbor's horse pasture, and we could see into it, including the barn that was there. One night in October, my husband was smoking on our front porch at about 1 a.m.
Gosh.
What?
Smoking.
Yeah.
Paranormal.
Right. That's a correlation for sure.
Yep.
We've covered so many stories that start with somebody having a cigarette.
This just said smoking. They didn't say cigarette.
Oh, that's true. I don't know what he's smoking.
FYI.
At about 1 a.m. and saw something trigger the motion light in the pasture. That property was vacant because it was for sale at the time, so there were no horses or people there. And he said it illuminated a tall but skinnier than the one before Sasquatch. Once the light came on, it started walking quickly and over the fence, and he said as easy as walking over a baby gate. This time he came and woke me up and is never flustered, but he was flustered. Nothing phases him, not even combat. He's calm. Anyway, we went out to the front porch again. It's super quiet out there, and we could hear something big breathing loudly in the tree line. No knocking or other noises, and then it stopped. So the next morning, I scheduled an appointment to see the house, since I'm a licensed realtor, and we went to scope out the muddy pasture out for prints, and sure enough, there were prints where we thought they'd be. I have a video, but it's not that great. You had to have been there. Us seeing them was enough for us. But we did call Scott again to come and look, and he saw some other signs. It was amazing we had 2 actual visual encounters. Yeah, that's incredibly rare. In 2 different locations.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Yelm is pretty strange itself.
Is it?
Yeah. Ramtha. What is her name? The lady that channels Ramtha, the 10,000-year-old spirit guide.
I know I've heard that name Rantha before, but I don't know.
I can't remember her name, but that's the name of the entity that she channels. Ramtha. Let me look it up. It's right here. Her name is Jay-Z Knight. That's right.
Okay.
Jay-Z Knight. That's in Yelm. So yeah, there's some weird stuff going on in Yelm.
Okay. Okay.
So, yep.
Well, there you go. That's another one for the books. Very, very cool stuff.
Somebody mentioned that they lived in Puyallup. I'd leave. I did, as a matter of fact.
What is the unknown trying to do?
Get some people over here, but the Paranormal Portal address isn't working for him.
Let's see if it works. Did you test it?
Oh, it works for me. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I brought it up.
YouTube.com/Paranormal Portal. You shouldn't need the @ sign either. It should just bring you there. Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, it works.
Don't know.
Says we're live. So it's just youtube.com/Paranormal Portal. So that would be the way. I don't know why it wouldn't be working.
Oh, night, Maggie.
Good night, Maggie. You going to sleep and miss the last 20 minutes? Are you crazy? You never know what Don's going to do next.
That's true.
Well, you can watch the replay.
That's true too, and it's only the last 20 minutes.
Only? There's never an only when it comes to the portal, Don. It's all amazingly epic. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, that's okay, Maggie. Get some sleep.
Yeah, go sleep.
And good night to you. That was me, Vincent Sanchez. What is he?
That said he was in Puyallup.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Now you're in Waco? Wow, that's wacko. That's
it's Waco, Don.
Waco.
Yeah, Waco,
right.
Not wacko. Right. Yeah, good to see you, Vincent. Thank you for coming in. It's nice to meet you. Hopefully you'll become part of the family too, and you can enjoy these shows 3 times a week.
And you can be our other brother, Daryl. That was a cousin. Never mind.
Okay.
It's my cousin, Daryl.
Yeah, Bob Newhart. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Just catching up in the chat here, see if I missed anything.
Not really.
I didn't miss anything?
No, not really.
Okay, share link. Did you put the link in there?
I did, yeah.
All right, I'll put it in here again.
I can't use that. That's the podcast link.
Paranormal Portal.
Yeah, here's the podcast link. There's that.
That'll bring you right there. It should bring you right to the show, right to the site, and then on the top it says live. So, you put up the podcast. Yeah, that's the podcast link, and
I put up the other one too, but that's the one I had on my clipboard. So,
it says, speaking of Waco, did you know that when snipers were trying to snipe, a Bigfoot was seen? I didn't know that. Oh,
I didn't either. I'll check into that.
Yeah. Okay, so I do want to mention this for anybody that's new to the show. I know I've seen some new names tonight. We do 2 different shows. Mm-hmm. This is the live streams, and we like to take them light and have fun. And I mean, we do take this stuff seriously as well. Don't get us wrong. I mean, we're not just, hey, oh, look, a ghost. We're not making it a big knee slapper. We do like to have fun on these shows and just have a good time and take it light and explore this weird stuff. But suffice it to say that we're all very interested in this, and we do take it seriously. However, we also do a second show, which is audio only, and that's the podcast. Much like Sasquatch Chronicles, it's audio, and you can find it on all the major platforms: iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Castbox, Stitcher, Google Play, and a gajillion other sites. I mean, wherever you listen to podcasts, if you have a cell phone, just hit your podcast button, look for Paranormal Portal, you'll find it. And you can listen to all of our shows. We have over 400 out there now. So I think we're up to like 420 or something like that, Don.
Yeah, that sounds right. Podcasts?
Yeah.
Episodes? Yeah,
total
that sounds
episodes.
About right.
So we've got a lot of episodes. We're in our 5th season of doing that show. And that has been, wildly successful, surprisingly.
Yeah.
While YouTube has gone at a crawl, the podcast is really, really
does as well.
Yeah, it does as well. So we'd love for you to follow that as well. Subscribe on whatever platform you listen to. And if you have the ability and you enjoy the shows, leave a good review. That helps us a ton.
Yeah.
Like on iTunes or other sites that allow you to review.
Yeah.
We just came in number 4 on, what is it? Number 4 in natural sciences
in
on
Uruguay.
No, not on a weird site, but let me just pull this up. It's a site that rates podcasts.
Well, I mean, in
I just got it.
Uruguay.
It's
Good
Pods.
Chartable. Oh, Good Pods.
Good
That's
Pods.
a new one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
So we got we're in the top 5 podcasts of the week
Wow.
on Good Pods,
Huh.
which is a site that reviews podcasts and stuff. So
I'll have to check that one out. The only one I have is the one I just mentioned that was in there.
let me put this on screen.
Chartables.
Chartables.
Right.
Yeah, here it is on Good Pods. I just got this email. If I click on this,
Number 4 in the top 100.
yep, you'll see that we're Radiolab is number 1, the Confessionals is number 2.
Whoever that is. We don't know that guy.
Yeah, Merkel guy kind of edged out there. The Science Show, and then the Paranormal Portal on Good Pods. So,
Yeah, there you go.
so we love your support on the podcast as well. If you don't mind, you betcha. All right,
I got this 12 stone here.
12 stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how. I think 12 stone's like 144 pounds or something. It's like 12 pounds piece.
Isn't it like a
dozen,
English measurement?
Dozens.
Isn't that an English measurement, stone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think so.
I think it's more like. I think it's more Scottish or the other Irish.
The other Irish.
No, I was going to say the other.
There's Scottish and the other Scottish.
They're not exactly Scottish.
Because it's not Scottish, it's crap.
It's crap.
Yeah. Saturday Night Live. Classic.
Oh boy.
Is Good Pods a podcast app? I don't know if it is, to be honest with you.
No, I think they're just.
I think they just do ratings, but maybe it is. I don't know. I'd have to look that up, to be honest with you. They just sent me emails, and I guess this week we won number 4.
Whoa!
We're the 4th winner.
Natural sciences. Can you believe that this is science? Only when we talk about Bigfoot.
So you know what the deal is, though. Here's the deal, honestly. Today's science fiction is tomorrow's science.
That's true.
Just remember that. Like cell phones.
So science fiction, science fact.
Today's science fiction is tomorrow's science fact. That's probably better way to put it, yes. But look, it's like the next generation Star Trek. Mm-hmm. They were having these touch screen things and could slide and do all this. Now everybody's got that on their iPads. I mean, you can just do that. So whatever was science fiction a day ago, next week becomes what we use. It's crazy. Right. So there isn't any science fiction or anything. It's just ideas waiting to be manifest. Much like this stuff. I think it's already manifesting, and that's what people are experiencing, but they don't get acknowledgments.
Is there a cure for that?
No, because I'm suffering from it as well. And I don't want to get cured. I like it. I like this stuff a lot. We do investigations as well. We're going to be, I know I've been promising this a long time, and it just gets down to me having the time to get it done, but we are doing investigation videos that will be released on this channel as well, and members will have the first crack at it. They'll get to see it before it goes live to everybody.
Did you say our members are crack addicts?
No, that's what you heard, but that is not my fault. That's yours, all you. Did your mom drop you when you were little?
Oh, my mom. I'm sure. Yeah. Remember that crack addict crack I just made?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God. I might explain a few things.
Explains a couple things.
All right.
You got some splaining to do.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do. How we doing? We got about 10 minutes left. I don't know if I got enough that we can get into here. This is too long.
Oh, that was a big one, yeah.
That's a big one. What's next? I'm just looking at Phantoms and Monsters here. We got some stories here.
My.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
They're going to be good ones for Friday. And then Lon Strickler has a great site. I just love his site. does a good job keeping it all updated and stuff. I might be able to
I
read
think you
this
can
one.
get that one. Yeah.
All right, we're going to read this one from
Nice.
Lon's site. This is phantomsandmonsters.com, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not checked it out, check it out. Lon has thousands of encounter stories over there, hundreds of research articles of him and his team researching strange phenomena like Dogman, Bigfoot, Mothman, and more. So check it out. And it's also a great place to find Lon's published works, his books, and links to his podcast as well, which is Phantoms and Monsters Radio, which is also his YouTube channel. So definitely check it out and see what you think. All right. I know you'll love it because you guys are too much like me. And I love it. So whatever I love, I'm sure you'll love. All right, let's get to the first one. The only one we're going to have time for. This is a silver and white cryptid upright canine enters into an Avery County, North Carolina campsite.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's could be a dogman. I don't know how it was entering, if it was on 04s or on 2s. We'll find out what the story says. A group of friends are hiking and camping in the mountains of Avery County, North Carolina. And on their third night in the wilderness, they have an encounter that none of them ever imagined. The following account was relayed to me by a friend of my relative who lives in Avery County, North Carolina. So at least it's, very closely removed. So, it's a friend of his relative that had this experience.
Right.
On April 9th, 2003, a witness said that whatever this creature was, it was pure evil. This began when a group of friends decided to go camping and hiking on the third day of their hike. The witness said that they had just started a fire and were cooking dinner when they started to hear something howling off in the distance. Well, he and the rest of the party knew it wasn't coyotes, since these howls were deep and powerful. Maybe wolves, the witness said. Well, everyone turned in for the night at around 10:30 p.m., knowing it was going to be hard to hike the next day. When they were all asleep, the witness said they were all woken by a very loud howl and movement in their camp.
Oh, my.
Ugh, you don't want them calling friends, for God's sakes.
Nope.
All 7 of the party came out to the tent at about the same time. 2 other members had brought handguns with them, just in case they did run into a large animal like a bear or, as it seems, a large canine. They couldn't see anything at first, but they could hear something very large moving just out of their sight. The witness says that even though they hadn't seen the creature, he and the other members of the party could feel an evil presence. You could feel it in the air, and it was really freaking everyone out. It was a heaviness, like you get when you walk in on people that are fighting but stops because they don't want anyone to know. A feeling of hate, he thought. Everyone else was talking and concerned about the strange feeling. They would hear large sticks breaking, but still no sign of the creature. Then came another loud howl, which made them jump out of their own skins. At that point, they were all starting to get scared. With his 2 friends having their pistols drawn and ready to fire, when one of the group members screamed out saying that she had just seen something huge, and it was on 2 legs.
Ooh.
She was visibly shaken as she was telling what she had just seen. The flashlights were really starting to go to work, shining all through the trees, and then from behind them came another howl, which made the witness's chest vibrate, he said. Then they could hear it moving once more, as if it was hunting them. One of his friends said that this was not good. Everyone needs to get close to the fire, and it needs to be built up fast. So they started placing more firewood and eventually giving off a good glow throughout their camp. And now this is when they all say that they saw this creature. The witness said it was standing at least 7.5 feet tall,
Wow.
with it having a wolf's head. It was silver with white markings, while standing on just its hind legs. It was about 20 to 25 feet away from them, just staring with greenish-yellow glowing eyes, which made their blood run cold. It stood there for a good 15 to 20 seconds, just staring with its arms down by its side. It did look like it had hands, but it was tipped with long claws that looked to be at least 2.5 inches. The torso was human-like, though its shoulders and through its shoulders and chest area, but his belly looked to be sunken. The legs could be seen only above the knees, with bushes covering its lower legs. The witness said that this creature is out there, but he doesn't know if it's a werewolf or what. As this creature was standing there, the witness friends had their pistols out, starting to fire at the feet of this creature, causing it to growl and show its long canine teeth.
Oh.
Then the creature bolted off to the left while making a howling noise once again. The sounds of the limbs and twigs breaking were fading as the creature moved off. They didn't hear the creature for the rest of the night.
Lucky them.
Yeah, regardless, after their encounter, none of the parties were going back to sleep.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. So, crazy cool story. I wouldn't want to be there, but you got to admit, that's really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see one.
No doubt.
Not that you'd want a second opportunity, you know. Wow. So Ramon says, whatever they are, they seem to have control over our emotions. Bigfoot as well.
Yeah.
You know, so many people have talked about that impending
The
fear
of impending doom.
just coming out of nowhere, like
Right.
boom, and then they have a Bigfoot encounter.
Right.
Like they feel that animosity or whatever the hell it is. But that's a good story. Did you like that one, Don?
I did. Yeah, that was definitely a good one.
Good.
I mean, and the sunken belly, and that was cool that they were able to relay it later at a later date.
Yep.
But shooting at it, I would have thought that would have caused it to, like, really be upset.
Right.
Really.
But if you shot like that at a wolf, or say,
Yeah.
they just bolt.
Yeah.
But this thing looked pissed, like,
Yeah.
oh, you son of a.
And it was like 7.5 feet tall. He said. They said.
And the clawed hands. It's like, I mean, just look at your hands and then add another 2.5 inches of razor claws. I mean, my cats have these little paws.
Long canines. He said.
Yeah, long canines as well. Are you kidding me? Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Quit busting my chops.
Get out of here, you dirty mooks.
Yeah, I tell you what.
I tell you.
What are you, some kind of wackadoo? All right. Gosh.
That's it.
Is that it?
That's it.
It is it. My God, we're there, folks. We have concluded tonight's episode of The Portal. We hope you guys will get subscribed and ring the bell so you know when we go live. But if you want to know, we do these shows every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes we have to miss just because life happens, but we try to be as consistent as possible. So tune in on Friday and join me then. I'll be joined by Sheldon, and we'll have a good time again. But I hope you guys had a wonderful time with us tonight. Happy Valentine's Day to you all.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Love you bunches. Mean it. Sincerely. Don, anything in closing?
Teespring.
Teespring.
Teespring, right. Portal gear. Get your bucket hat.
Or your t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, t-shirt. Yeah, t-shirts.
Yep. Paranormal Portal t-shirts, and many varieties of which.
Different, yes.
Don and I came up with a rocker collection, which is what's on Don's hat, but it's been pretty successful.
Yeah.
So, hope you guys check it out. It definitely goes to support us. Oh, okay, Brent, going to have these people in less than an hour.
Sorry, well, hey unknown, that's actually spelled T-E-N-T.
Yeah.
Tent. Mom said so.
Mom said so. Mom renamed me tonight, folks.
Yep. No, she renamed you Tent.
I know. She renamed me tonight.
Hey,
I said.
Why is that out? I just noticed that's out.
Oh my! The power thing is whacking out.
Is it wackadoo? It's all wackadoo.
It's going all whacked out, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
As soon as I pointed at it, it flashed red. It's like,
Did it?
yeah.
You pissed it off, Don.
Apparently so.
Don't talk down about my light, huh?
Pee-pee. The pee-pee light.
Gonna have to tell the boss about you, huh? All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight, folks. So thank you.
Whoa! Be careful with those words, there, Barbara.
What'd she say?
Thanks, gentlemen.
Oh, you calling a gentleman, huh?
It was gentle.
I resembled that remark. All right. That's an old Bugs Bunny line.
Oh boy.
All right, folks. Good night to you. I hope to see you guys Friday. And if you have any stories of your own and wouldn't mind being a guest on the podcast, reach out to us. Go to paranormalportal.net and you can become a guest. Click the interview me button. That's kind of the home base for all our social media. So go to paranormalportal.net. It's the home base of the Paranormal Portal. You'll find all the information of all we do, or at least all that we're telling you. Anyway, good God, Don's going Gilligan. Gilligan. All right. That's going to do it for us. So remember, we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out, especially nowadays, folks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Find the magic in every day. And remember to laugh as much as you can. So, all right. Until next time, we'll see ya.
Good night.
Be good.